Thank God we're at the end of this, what should have been a story about mental health, turned into a murder investigation because Dan DiDio wants to bastardize Wally West in his character assassination mission and try to undo everything Jeff Johns has done with the Rebirth Initiative. And now we're at this final issue, Heroes in Crisis number 9. Now, I was hearing a bunch of people on Twitter say, wait till the end. They'll fix everything. They'll correct all the problems that went down with this. They'll correct it, right? No, they didn't. They didn't correct anything. So let's just get right into this character assassination of Wally West. So we open up with more confessionals featuring Jason Blood the Demon, the Guardian, Firestorm, Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, Madame Marie, Black Lightning, Dove, Cole, and Red Robin. And I was like, when I was reading this, I was like, wait, Cole's alive in this canon? Because remember, she was brought into the DC universe as just a character for Crisis on Infinite Earths just to die, as far as I remember, because Marv Wolfman felt guilty that he was killing off so many people's other characters that he wanted to bring in other characters that wanted to bring characters he created and just kill them off there in order to balance something out here. And then when I was reading this, Red Robin, aka Tim Drake, was like, Nightwing's the funny one, Jason's the rebellious cool one, Damien's the cute, mean one. More like the pompous, arrogant asshole, but that's a different story. So then Tim Drake asks, but what the hell am I? And I was like, you are the clever detective. That is more better than Batman at times. So we get to Heroes in Crisis, the finale, all of us, and we cut back to the moment where Wally West is talking to Wally West about how there's the flower floating in Gotham River, a rose, find it, plant it, it's one more thing. He never says what that one thing is. And then Wally West proceeds to prepare to break the neck of future Wally, I think. I got confused with this. But before they could do that, a ship crashes down, and it's revealed to be Blue Beetle, Ted Kord's ship, the Beetle ship, Booster Gold, Batgirl, and Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn's just asleep throughout all this. Then we get back to more confessionals featuring Frankenstein, Jew Robbins, Vixen, Dr. Will Mangus, Nightwing, Blue Beetle, Orphan, Supergirl, Green Lantern. And then Nightwing goes ahead and says this: Jason's the cool, rebellious one. Tim Drake is the dark, smart one. Damien is the cute, dangerous one. Everyone knows, but what the hell am I? And I was like, you are the original Robin. You are the first of a generation. Also, why do they keep calling Damien cute? Like, everything about him is a pompous, arrogant a-hole. From what I've seen. So, yeah. And Orphan doesn't talk. Yeah. Yeah, she's from, the Young Justice show. She showed up in the Young Justice show. Except she did talk in there, but Orphan in this one doesn't. And Supergirl talks about how she dreamed of Krypton again, and it was nice for a bit. Then we get Hal Jordan's Green Lantern talking. And then he just says, I don't even know what the hell will is. Do you? And I was like, willpower, confidence, courage. You don't know what that is, and you've been Green Lantern since what? The 50s, I want to say. So then we reach the arrival of what might as well be Justice League International, because some people were saying that they want to see these four become the new Justice League International. And so basically they just run down what the hell happened. Batgirl deduces that best guess he did it, framed Booster and Harley using the chamber, then killed his future self to get a body to complete the frame, which is what we're seeing now, what we just interrupted. Seems legit, Booster says. My birthday party last year kinda played out almost exactly like that. What? Yeah, when I read that line, I was like, how fucked up is your birthdays? Like, I know you might be joking, but seriously, man. So, anyways, but obviously, we're at the killing and the shoe situs part. See, Skits had gotten me this crappy gift, and I thought if I could go back and doesn't matter. Flash Killer got the stop Flash on it. And then Harley Quinn says, "Holy shit, pretty girl." And sure enough, she sees the now rebuilt Poison Ivy, and she's speaking a little bit slower, saying, "Oh, hello, Harley Quinn. How pleasant to see you. I understand it is a shock to you that I am here, a shock to me as well. However, I do not wish you to be shocked. Allow me to explain. My body died." Yeah, there's some pauses here, like, okay. "I had given a piece of myself to you in a flower, so that we would be together when we could not be together. After 5 days passed, the flower was planted. This piece of me merged with the green, shaped the green, and I am reborn. Or perhaps it is better said that I am regrown." And Harley Quinn hugs Poison Ivy, yelling out, "Pretty, pretty girl!" Aw, what a tender moment. I am trying to wonder. I would like to point out that what I said was correct. In the seventh issue, I believe, how I said that really what Wally did made sense to me, at least. Where I said that maybe Poison Ivy put a piece of herself in the flower, and Wally West, using his power, sped up the process to regrow her. And sure enough, we got that. Then we cut back to more confessionals. Red Hood, Martian Manhunter, Katana, Mira, Queen of the Ocean, Tommy Tomorrow, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Detective Chimp, and Zatanna. Red Hood says this: "Dick's the funny, nice one. Tim's the smart, loyal one. Damien's the obnoxious little one." Well, you're close on that. I would have said bastard, but still, not in terms of how he was born. That's harsh. I'm talking about bastard in terms of his attitude. And then Red Hood just says, "So what the hell am I? You are the brooding dark one who goes ahead and, well, kills people at times." So, there, I fulfilled your role there. And then Zatanna goes ahead and says, "And then there was Satan, all the evil in all the worlds. And then there was me, in a top hat, white tie, and tails." Wally West, in his despair, breaks down and cries, basically saying, "You have to kill me. I have to kill you." And what I think is future Wally says, "I know you do. Because you messed up. Because you're hurting. But most of all, because you're alone. But the thing is, and it's pretty much everything, and I swear it's true, I swear, even if it sounds like a lie right now, even if you feel in your heart it's just made up crap, and you just have to have dumb faith in dumb me being smarter than dumb you. Kid, you're not alone." And yeah, I'm still not convinced on this. Like, you had a story where you have Wally accidentally kill people. You'd have no resolution to this. I thought this was going to lead to some... And here's the thing. The Trinity doesn't show up until the end. Like, the Trinity's role in this was completely superfluous, besides the speech. And Booster's like, "Should we arrest him?" And Batgirl says, "They're the fastest man alive. You can't arrest them. I don't think we're even allowed to arrest people, technically speaking. Don't worry, I got a PhD. That means I can pretty much arrest people, pretty sure." No, that's not how it is. You're a doctor. "I could give them sweet potatoes, Do they want sweet potatoes? What? So, anyways, let's cut back to the Wallies. Listen to me, and it's weird, but listen, I banned you 5 days ago. I came here. Let me tell you, before anything, what you need to do next is talk to these people, hear their story, tell yours, and understand you're not the only one here, only one who tried to do something good and ended up doing something horrible. You're not the only one who's been hurt so bad that the hurt becomes part of you as much as you hate it. That the hurt is you. You're not the only one who was betrayed by a friend, who's had the person they thought they could trust forever end their life. You're not the only one who has felt the madness creep in, who wants to turn away from it all and keeps turning toward it. You're not the only one who's done some terrible things, who will now forever try to make up for that harm. You understand? Don't kill, don't run, do what I did. Talk, listen, and know, as bad as it is, we're in this together. You murdered a bunch of people, desecrated their bodies, and you're still expecting me to feel sorry for you, Wally, in this Heroes in Crisis interpretation? No, it doesn't work like that in my mind. Like, you did this, you need to be tried in court. Unlike for most cases and when mass shootings happen, but still. Like, he could have probably have fixed some things if he had just done something rather simple. A. After realizing he just accidentally murdered and lost control of his powers, run to the Justice League, tell them, oh my god, 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 I lost control, oh god, I'm so sorry. And how he killed a whole bunch of people by accident. No, he decides to go with dumb plan because Tom King is under the direct orders of Dan DiDio to make Wally dumb. Or B, use Brewster's Gold time travel device and just go back a few hours and fix this whole mess. And he keeps trying to excuse himself, saying, but I do want to recreate the Flashpoint event. Okay, one, that was 5 days ago. That was like an hour or so ago. You could just fix that. It's not like going back in time and all the way back from years and years and years ago to save your mother and that leading and your recklessness with time travel. Instead, you're not even using the flash power of time travel because you can't access it right now. You could just use Booster's device. It will allow you to take control of it and able to remember and how to go about things accordingly. But anyways, we get to more confessionals featuring Sideways, Dr. Light, the female version, Robin, Aquaman, Fire, Ice, Green Lantern, Cyborg, the question. And Dr. Light asks this question: everything that's happened, everything he did, and I still use his damn name. Yeah. Why don't you just change it to Miss Light? Or change it to Mrs. Light or Miss Light or I'm trying to think of some names that is quirky and very gimmicky instead of being called Dr. Light. Lady Light. Does that work? Now we get Damian Wayne saying, I'm fine. Why? What they say. You're not fine. You were raised by killers and from the League of Assassins and the League of Shadows. You are a pompous, arrogant jerk. You keep mocking Superboy Jonathan Kent regarding him accidentally killing his cat, who I must stress at least tried to own up to it. And he did. Aquaman talks about his mother. We got Fire and Ice talking. Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner speaking Spanish, I think. I didn't think he was that. And Cyborg from the Justice League side of things saying, I'm tired of it all being about my dad. Everyone thinks that it's that, but that was a long time ago. I've got to be more than that now. And the question just says, to understand limitations of things, desire them. And And Wally says, I couldn't travel back in time and redo what I'd done, unmake a mistake. That's what Barry did, and it remade the world. It erased my family. You're not using the cosmic treadmill. That was destroyed. You can't run anymore to go back in time. That won't work. Why not just do what you did with Booster's tech, but fix it? So anyways, he just continues trying to make excuses as to why he won't do the logical conclusion. But I needed to do something good, something no one else could do, but I could to make up for what happened, and I could see it what it was. How could I help? I could help people like me to show them that they're not that other people are like me, so they don't have to be like me. I could show them, tell them about Sanctuary. I tell them that what I'd done and what the people they call heroes had done. If they knew we were making mistakes, getting help, what that help meant, what happens when you don't get help. Maybe they get help before they made mistakes like I made, like I was making. But I needed time. They locked me up for what I did. So I did what I did. I didn't want to. I just couldn't. I needed time. I knew I was already lost. It was all I could think of. And I came here to complete it. To kill you, me. Because maybe by dying I can help a few other people who are still living. I'm trying my damnedest not to question the logistics of all this. So I'm just gonna move on, because if I do, I'm gonna get pissed off. So, past Wally tries to go ahead and convince him about that something happened, and how he basically says more violence doesn't solve it, and how he's got to face it, and then future Wally says, I didn't mean to. It was all so fast. Oh my god, you just did not do that line. So the four would-be Justice League International guys and gals are saying, well, that was the thing. So he didn't kill them? It was a mistake. What does that mean? He has a lot of power. He had a crisis. He lost control. So he's off the hook? Good to go? Do we know? It was his responsibility, even if it wasn't his intention. Plus the whole temporary framing people thing. He leaked the secrets about Sanctuary to make up for that. That's good. It's good, but is it that enough? How many are dead, hurt? Nothing's enough. So what do? Batman's tracking us. What? We set off his alarms, but he still has to geolocate the time disturbance. What? Way I calculate that, the Justice League will be here in about 2 minutes, so we didn't do anything. We do what we always do. We try to help. And so yeah, Wally tries to reassert that they have to do this killing, and yet everything about how everything will be erased and everything, and then the future Wally says, yeah, that's true, but then Booster says, wait, no one has to kill anyone. Don't you know anything about messing up time? You just have to complete the loop. Make sure everything stays what it is. You don't need a dead Flash, you just need a body. One matching 5-day-old Flash. See, young Flash brings back the body 5 days ago, and it puts where it should be. Then young Flash does whatever old Flash just did and, becomes old Flash. Then old Flash tells young Flash all this stuff. Old Flash just told young Flash. And then the old Flash lives life, and young Flash does the loop, and it all goes on. And Wally says, future Flash says, past Flash says, it was stupid when he explained it to me 5 days ago, but don't worry, it gets stupider. Wait till you ask him about the body. But what about, where do we get a body? Body? We'll just go back to the 25th century speed clone old Flash there. We'll have to break into this and don't worry, it's no big deal. Criminal activity in the 25th century. The most noble of goals to cover up a murder. Well, what? I had to do something very similar at my birthday party last year. Oh my god, would you stop bringing in the whole birthday party thing? I don't know. Aren't we heroes? Shouldn't I sacrifice myself? I'm a hero, or I was a hero. I want to be a hero. Bruce just says, dudes, we're heroes. Yeah, cool. But we're brothers too, right? Sisters. We share this absurdity, this life. We're people. We're family. And sometimes I'm telling you, that comes first. Bros before heroes? Wally just looks at him. Bros before heroes. Yeah, bros before heroes, even in the face that I'm a mass murderer. Wait. So Harley interrupts the whole proceedings and says, isn't this so nice? But before we get started and the Justice League and everything, I want to say something to Flash. I've lost control like you did. I did not so great things. People got hurt. So I want to hear this. I want you to hear this from me, from my heart. You faked me and killed my girl. Fuck you, you fucking shit. Or piece of shit, whatever. Oh, right. That happens and lingers. Then we cut back to confessionals. Beast Boy, Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, Adam Strange, Red Tornado, spoiler, Catwoman, Captain Atom, Raven, and Jim Corrigan, the Spectre. Sure enough, Booster, and then we get this whole epilogue scene about, and Wally's narrating throughout all of this, saying they brought me back. They said I was hope, rebirth, but I lost Linda, my kids, I lost my family. They're gone. I couldn't be what I thought they wanted me to be. I thought I was gone too. But hope isn't denying who you are, what you've been through, what you lost. Hope is knowing what you could carry with you. How heavy is the load? How easy it'd be just to stay still, to do nothing, to yield to the weight and fall to the mud. And yet, despite that burden, or maybe because of it, you're still running. That's the end. Yeah, it feels like this was incredibly short, and it feels like it was. And yet, now, like, yeah, Sanctuary is reopened. Wally West is in prison. I wanted to see the Trinity's result and thoughts on all this. I wanted to see Barry Allen, of all people, to react to, oh, Wally's a murderer. But no, in fact, they never really say if this went public in terms of Wally is the killer. Because if they did the scene where Wally's being arrested and we cut to see Linda looking at him and then looking away in disgust, that probably would have killed anyone's hope of Wally West ever getting back what he lost, thanks to Dr. Manhattan. So yeah, that's the end of bastardization of Wally West, killing the character that we love so much. And here's the thing I've been hearing. Now remember, originally this series was planned to end with him joining Suicide Squad, written by Brian Azzarello. However, that ended up being problematic for two reasons. Brian Azzarello's story Batman Damned had been having delays and issues because of the whole Batman area thing. And then they had to fix that problem, and even though it was a mature rating content, they said, oh, no, we can't showcase that. So they had to scrap that. And Brian Azzarello's a little bit pissed off at DC for that, and all the constant delays. And now it's being said that Wally West is said to get his own series, which really wouldn't work given the context of everything that's happened. So really, Wally's damned either way, unless once again they retcon this whole story and say it was Dr. Manhattan. And yeah, all the characters besides Poison Ivy, they're all still dead. So Roy Harper, dead. So yeah, we won't get a conclusion with that. We won't get a fix on that. We won't, people are debating if this is worse than Identity Crisis. I read Identity Crisis. They both have their major problems. Like, One including a sexual assault scene that and no narrator was a woman, so they could do the relation thing, that how they were almost victims or they were victims of it, besides Sue Dibney. Then you got mental health awareness and bastardize it into the whole mass shooting angle, except it turns out to be an accident. Yeah, I'm just exhausted reading this. Like, issue 8 and 9 kind of killed the series for me. Like I said, I was like probably one of the few defenders of this, and I had just been drained of this when I realized, oh my god, they're really screwing this up. More so. So yeah, this is basically what Hal Jordan went through when he underwent this whole crisis of his own when he became Parallax. But the problem here is that was just bad writing to people, while now this is still my theory, that this was editorially mandated because, well, the person in charge hates the Wally West character because reasons. And this leads to a question that people could probably wonder. Okay, I'm trying to remember what the question was. But like, yeah. How, like, we never get the public fallout regarding the reveal of Sanctuary, especially with it being reopened and now that it's fully aware of it, of its existence. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that. So, yeah, we're stuck in this depressed ending, trying to act like it's all optimistic and whatnot. And you want to know what happened a day when this was published? An article leaked came out regarding the DC films of the DC Extended Universe about the New Gods. You want to know what this report said? It was said that Tom King, the person who wrote this story, is going to co-write the movie. Okay, if I would put on my tinfoil cap conspiracy theory. Why do I get the feeling that this was a reward bribery tactic by Dan DiDio? Really, like, I know what I'm about to say is very, very, very conspiracy-like, but here's the thing. What if Tom King wanted to write The New Gods? Dan DiDio said, no, you're not writing The New Gods. And then says, unless you do this story about mental health, turn it into a murder mystery, and bastardize this character I hate with a passion because for some reason I cannot tell the difference between a fictional fucking character, who gave people hope in life because of his optimism, and my need for reality. So yeah, this is why I was saying about Doomsday Clock. How is this, like, Doomsday Clock is Jeff Johnson's ideals, and Heroes of Crisis is everything Dan DiDio represents. So now we get this huge clusterfuck issue of an ending where Wally's arrested, incarcerated. We don't know where his future's going to end up. We don't know how this is all going to go down now. And we're pretty certain once Linda finds out the truth about Wally West and what he did, and let's be honest, once the Titans find out, once Nightwing finds out, once Donna finds out, and realizing what he's done, no one's going to trust him anymore. No one's, especially after reading into their personal information and, killing Roy Harper and everything. So yeah, Wally is screwed. He might as well have died at the end of this issue, or they could just fix the issue by proposing an epilogue where it's revealed that Dr. Manhattan had something to do with all this, which would have fixed a whole bunch of issues. But no, they said, Wally did it because mental illness and all that. So yeah, I'm just drained. I don't feel like talking about this comic anymore. Like, once more, the artwork is phenomenal. Clayman's work is to be commended. Especially when writing a series like this. This is one of the positives of the whole series when Clayman wrote the drew the art. Especially, and the confessionals were also that because you got a deeper look into the characters, even though some might question certain things, but still. So yeah, this is the ending to Heroes in Crisis. Ending, depressing, morose ending with something. So yeah. The Flash is now, Wally West is now dead to the world, as far as everyone knows, and I don't see a good ending in sight unless Doomsday Clock fixes everything that Dan DiDio and Tom King and by force Tom King was have to do. So we'll have to see where this all goes down for the future of the Wally West character, but Dan DiDio getting his way, sadly, is probably gratifying for him. So those were my thoughts on Heroes in Crisis issue number 9, the finale, aka All of Us, as it's called, and the ultimate ruination of a character that everyone grew to love. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more, and